Okay, so we all know that here we all know we are here uh, to learn Angular, right? So I hope you guys know that server object model, server object or server development model. Can I know that who all knows that server object programming or server development? Can you please raise your hands? Who came from the server object model programming? Those we can raise your hands. Yeah, I think one or two, four, five, six. Why I'm asking you? So till now, the classic development model was there with that server side development. We were there in that. Like, if you say ASP.NET application, .NET application, SharePoint, on-prem applications, everything was there in the server object model, right? So nowadays, development model got changed. Okay, so there are many aspects are there why they got changed it. There might be a development uh, cost. There might be a cost, infrastructure cost. There might be a performance impact. You know, there are multiple factors. The development model got changed to client side development model. Earlier, if you see, all applications were built using the JavaScript, Java, ASP.NET or .NET. And if you come into the SharePoint background, SharePoint on-prem, and again on-prem is also server-side development model. Nowadays, everything got changed because we are in the, devices era. Okay, whatever the applications which we are accessing it, we are accessing in the different devices, right? So either it may be a desktop, laptop, your mobile, everything is there at our own devices. That too, performance is the utmost priority. So that is the reason that development model also, every technology got changed to uh, client side model. What is the difference between server object model and client side model? Server object model means whatever the code which you will write, that will executed by the server, right? So everything will execute at the server level and you will get the result of it. Okay. So client object model is you will write the code at client side. Okay, you will write the code, but it will execute at your whoever accessing that application. There and the code will be executed. Okay, that is what the development model got changed. Now every development model, if you observe it, that is a client development model. So do you know that what are that client side development model? Do you have now? Yeah. So the the classic client development we were doing till now, I mean last 10 days are that everybody knows that JavaScript, right? So that JavaScript will run, client side. At the browser side it will run. So that we know that. When we were working on the server object model, most of the times where we are using that JavaScript, just for some of the validations, like say if you use some text boxes, to check that minimum and maximum validations, or to check that characters are allowed or not, that kind of validation purpose only we are using it. But actual business logic, actual whatever the application logic, which we were building in the server side. Now the things got changed. Everything we have to do it our client side only. That is what the technology companies got changed to develop, client side model. That is where we have now Angular and React, Knockout JS. There are many frameworks are came. Okay, so in which Angular is framework to work on the server side application development. Okay, fine. Now, so this, you may have a question that already we have a JavaScript, okay, but why we need to go for the another client side development model? Why don't we use JavaScript, right? That is a common question should arise for everybody. Already we have a classic client side development language. Again, we are depending on the other one. What is the necessity of it? Can anybody tells that? Anybody? No? Okay. Let me tell you. So I came from purely server object, server development model. Okay. So most of them comes from the server object model. But as a server object development guy, I know little bit JavaScript. I don't know complete JavaScript. I know what is class. I know what is object. I know what is invariance. What is polymorphism. I know, whatever the object oriented programming concept I know. But I habituated to develop my application using my pure object oriented concepts or features. Can I achieve that in JavaScript? No, right? The people who are working on the server side object model, those people can't directly work on the JavaScript, right? Okay, this is the main idea. You know, the people who are there at the server object model, those people have to work on the client side also. Then client side is not supporting the object oriented programming. Then how that guys can work on it? So for that, Microsoft has developed a new language called TypeScript. Okay, why I'm saying the TypeScript? This Angular completely developed using the TypeScript. Okay, so TypeScript, whatever the object-oriented programming supports, everything TypeScript will support you. Okay, so whatever the object-oriented programming, that you can create class, you can create interface, you can create object, you can declare variables, and you can create methods, functions. Okay, everything you can create in the TypeScript. But basically Angular is used TypeScript, but browser will understand what? Browser will understand only JavaScript. Okay, so what this guy is doing, Microsoft has done this TypeScript. So it allows you to develop your code using the pure object-oriented programming, and also it converts whatever the code which you have written in the TypeScript, that will convert it into JavaScript automatically. You no need to do that. Whatever the code which you will write in the TypeScript, that will convert into JavaScript. Ultimately, browser side will execute that JavaScript file. So that is the reason before we know the Angular, first you should know the TypeScripts. Okay, how to work with the TypeScripts. Then Angular is easy for you guys. Okay, so I think I hope you understand that what is the Angular, why we came here, and what is the background of it. Okay, there are many what do you call client side object models is there. Development object model is one of that is Angular, another one is a React is there. So most of the times we use React in the SharePoint. Okay, so Angular is also used one of the SharePoint project. Basically, both are the frameworks, but Angular is completely a framework. Okay, so React is whereas is a library, JavaScript library, which you can use it. By using that library, you can customize whatever you need. But in the Angular, they have given some uh, certain kind of packages that you directly use it. You can't do much customization on it. Even though there are in that Angular, there are 5 features are there in one package. If you want to use one feature among those 5, but you have to inherit five features with you. You can't pick only one. Okay, but whereas in the React, you can take whatever you want. So that is the reason. So customization is a little at framework level, but library level you can do anything. Okay. So that is the reason Angular supports two-way binding. Okay, let me start it. So now what we can do? So as I told you, first we will go through the TypeScript completely. What is the TypeScript? How can we use it? What kind of types we can create, variables, and all the stuffs. I think the people who comes from the object-oriented programming, those may easily know it, but who knows that completely object-oriented concepts? I think you might get in your trainings, right? So the people who are working on the C sharp and those people knows that complete object-oriented programming. So for you guys, it will be easy. But however, we'll just brush up that skills through TypeScript. Uh, so further sessions will go into that actual Angular concepts. Okay. Yeah. So and also, so as I told you, is a framework building client-side applications like you can use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript and TypeScript, and completely it has been written in the TypeScript as I told you, right? So why we need to Angular? As I told you already, why we need to go for the Angular, and also to maintain the code, it is very difficult in the JavaScript, right? So if you want to write segregate your functionality, whatever the business functionality. Normally, in object oriented programming, what we can do, we can create a one function for the similar kind of task. All right, we can maintain our code simpler way, but in the JavaScript you can't do that, you can't maintain it. And also, do you guys knows that create unit test cases? You don't know unit test cases to create in the .NET, who comes from the .NET background, they might know that unit test cases, right? Yeah. So unit test cases means in a team, let's say if you are working on one project, okay, in project there are multiple peoples are there. Some peoples might work at presentation layer. One people might work at business layer. Other people work at the database layer, maybe stored procedures and tables, views. That one person might work on it. One person completely business logic is working in it. One person completely front end HTMLs and showing stylings, and that person is in it. But everybody is working on individual areas, right? To test the particular form, you would require all three functions, all these functionality as one place, right? So will it be happen in real scenario? So the person who we want to test the front end, do you do wait for his business layer developer and the database developer to complete his task? No, right? So that is where in that .NET development model, people can create their own test cases. Okay, so no need to wait the database guy to give the stored procedure and access the data and show it on the form. What this guy will do, he will create his test cases. That test case can maintain the dummy data in it, and he will call the dummy data and he will check that that functionality is working or not. Okay, like that, each layer, that particular developer will prepare their own test cases. There is a separate project, separate template is there in that .NET to create the test cases. Using the test cases, each developer can complete his own tasks parallelly. Okay, that can be available in the Angular also. There is one project to create the test cases, because no need of to depend to other to complete his task. You can create your own test cases to test your functionality. You can continue with that. So Angular will support that test cases development also. I hope that kind of level development we are not doing it here. Okay, anybody, have you ever seen that test cases prepared in our projects? No, right? I did not see here. Only one project we have prepared, that Heidelberg Semi. That time we completely created each layer wise test cases to test the functionality. So I think except that nowadays nobody knows how to create the test cases and testing of it. But there is a chance in the Angular, you can create the test cases for your functionality. You can complete your testing before uh, other guy complete his functionality. Okay, so that is the reason we can go for the Angular. We can work on it. Okay, any questions till here? So that is the reason what is Angular I told you. Then why do we need to Angular, that I mentioned it here. Next one, as I told you, framework, um, hard to deviate, you know, hard to customize. Okay, whatever Angular guys is providing you, you can reuse it, you know, you can use it wherever it is required. Next one, TypeScript. As I told you, TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript. Basically, ultimately, whatever the TypeScript you are writing it, that will be converted into JavaScript. That is called a transpiler. You can say one transpiler will be there at the TypeScript that will convert your TypeScript code into JavaScript. That is the reason of what I am saying is every valid JavaScript code is a valid TypeScript code. Okay, so that can run automatically in the TypeScript, that JavaScript also. You can write it JavaScript also directly. So that is the reason it's a superset of JavaScript. Any valid JavaScript code is also valid TypeScript code. Compile time errors. Did you ever observe that when you write JavaScript code, did you ever identify that any errors you are getting it, compile time errors? No, because until you complete and until you run that page, you will come to know that there is a syntax error, right? It is hard to maintain the development. So even single functionality also, every time you have to build it and run to check that any error is there. But here the case is in the TypeScript, it is not like that. It will give you the error as soon as when you type wrong. Okay, it will provide you the compile time errors. Okay, and strong type is an optional. That means you will get the intelligence. As when you type some keyword, the rest of the things it will give you, you can use it. How we are getting the intelligence in Visual Studio, the same way you will get it here. Okay, the TypeScript will provide you object-oriented features. Completely, it will, as I told you, why it supports the object-oriented programming. So completely, this guy provides you the object-oriented programming. That is the reason you just, those who don't know that object-oriented programming concepts, those you can brush up your skills. Okay, here you have to work on those concepts only. Okay, uh, that you should explore on that, and is a type kind of a language, as how we show that uh, JavaScript. Okay, as I told you, TypeScript is developed by Microsoft, and Angular is developed by Google. Okay, that Google is used TypeScript to develop the Angular. Okay, so there are many versions are there. Angular, it started at 2010. Okay, initial Angular JS was there. Then they keep adding the features on it, and they started with that Angular 2 and Angular 4, Angular 6 and 8. Okay, that they are keep adding the features on it. So like that, they are calling it either it is a 2, 4, 6 or 8. They are calling simply Angular. Either it may be a 2 or 4 or 8 is a Angular. There might be some differences, that's it. There is not much difference. Even I don't know Angular 8, frankly speaking. I 2 years ago I worked on Angular 2 only. I don't know Angular 8, what are the extra features on it, but yeah, I have to explore them also. Okay, so the concept is same, everything. Okay, normally to learn the TypeScript, uh, any code, TypeScript code which we write, how can we test? Let's say I have written console.log, console.log, something I name typed it. So how can I test that one? Normally in a JavaScript, how you test that? In the browser, you will go that console tab. There you will see that whatever the log we have made it. There we can see it, right? Here in the TypeScript, there is no browser yet. When we start completely Angular, then we can have a form and there you can see the output. But we are in the TypeScript now. How we can test? Either you can test through command prompt, okay, or some editors we should have it. Okay, even editors also will not provide, but some plugins we should use it. Okay, before we go into TypeScript execution, as we told that we are came from that server object model to client object model, right? So do you know that in the server object model, once you complete the development and that is done, development, your project development is completed, and you have to host that, right? Where we are hosting that application to access and to provide the access to other guys, where we are hosting it? IIS, right? In the IIS, we are hosting that application, and from there it can be accessed. That application also will run in the same machine where we are hosted that machine. There only the execution will happen, right? From there we are getting the application to other people can access and they can do it. But now we came into client side object model, right? Where we need to host that. So So here they came up with that Node.js. Okay, Node.js is the internal server for that. So it will provide you that hosting, you know, hosting environment for you guys, for the client side object model who are developing it. So it will act as a, you know, uh, hosting environment for your client side application, and also it it provide you the infrastructure features for it. Okay, like say if you want to enable HTTPS on your application, in the IAS application, how we are doing it, we will add one certificate to it, and we will add bindings to it, and we can access it by HTTPS. Here also node level also we can, you know, add certificate to it, and we can make it, you know, secure to the site, and we can access through HTTP or HTTPS protocols. You can change the port numbers, which port number we have to use it. That whole capabilities will provided by the Node.js. Okay, so to work on this Angular, what you would require? You would require Node.js, you would require TypeScript, okay, some editors. In normal server object model, when we are doing the development, we use that editor Visual Studio, right? Here that we are using that Visual Studio Code, which is a free version. So these are the prerequisites to complete this development. Yeah. So So either we can check this, whatever the TypeScript code which we will write, we can do it command prompt, or else we can use that Visual Studio Code to see the output of it. Either command prompt we can see, or Visual Studio Code, you know. Okay, once you install your, you're able to see, right? You see this? Once you install your Node.js, you install the latest Node.js in your machine. Even your base machines also you can install. I hope you guys have already installed, right? Most of them working on client object model. So you can use this also, Node.js command prompt. And here also you can, you know, this is mine. I opened it already. Here also you can create your TypeScript file and you can execute it. Okay, what is the TypeScript extension file is .ts. Okay, whatever the code you will write it, that can be converted into JS file. So one you can create your command prompt to create, let's say this is the command to install the TypeScript in your machine. Okay, directly in this command prompt you can use this npm. First you have to install node package manager, that node.js, then only npm is available. Then to install the TypeScript automatically it will come with that, but explicitly if you want to install, you can use this command, or to latest one, or to get it you can use this command. Or tsc is the compiler of the TypeScript. You know that every language is the compiler, right? Okay, so JavaScript also is a compiler, is an interpreter, JavaScript. So interpreter means until you run, you can't see the output. But here the compiler is there, TSC. So it will provide you that as soon as you type, you will get that compile time errors. So that TSC is the compiler to get it. To compile your code, sorry, to create your TS file, you can use this command code dot something like code dot test js, test dot ts. Okay, when I type it here, It is created and opened it in the Visual Studio Code automatically. Okay. You see this C folder, Ramu, Buruga, and under that it has been created test.ts file, and automatically it is opened it here. So if I type console.log, hello, okay, this I saved it. I just typed the console.log, but ultimately it should be converted into JS, right? TypeScript file. So to do that, this is the command which I have used to create the file. To compile that tsc that test.t, no, if you use it, this command will convert that ts file into js file. With the same name, it will convert. Test.ts. Okay, it already created. I guess it is already created. So this is a command, to execute that JS file from the command prompt. Normally we need to use this JS file in our one of the HTML file and see the output, right? So directly we can check here also. Node that, what is that? Test.js is showing. Yeah, hello. So this way we can practice TypeScript, okay? Or else there is a one tool. Do you know anybody this one? Anybody knows? What you call Coca? Okay, so Coca.js is a extension. It will give you the prompt output as you type. It will give you automatically output. You can use this plugin. You can use this in your Visual Studio Code. Okay, so you just need to install this plugin in your Visual Studio Code. Then it will automatically, when you type that TypeScript code, it will give you the automatic output also. No need to run. So either you can go with this command prompt approach, or this you can I already done this. You guys can see this. If you go here, this one. Okay, you just install that. You just need to go here and uh, type this one. You will get it here, and you just install it. You will get this. Once you get this, whatever the TypeScript code which you are writing it here. Okay, so what you need to do is that control palette, command palette, you have to open it. I think that shortcut command is Control Shift P. Okay, you just open this, and here there is coca.js. Start on the current file. Which file you want to run this JS? So that you select. Okay, it is started. You see that output. This is the output, no? I have declared. I'll come to this part. I'll come to this. What is next? But these are the output which you are showing it. Normally, you will get this in your console log. How you are getting it there? No. Here only it is showing the output in the blue colors. Okay. Uh, so this you can use it to see the output. That's all I just want to tell you guys. Hmm? No need to build and no need to compile and deploy to check the output. While doing it only you can see that output. It will save your development time basically. So that's all. TypeScript, how to create the file and how to execute the file. So no need of to create the file also. Directly you can visual from the command prompt. You can create your TS file from the Visual Studio Code also. Uh, from here you go there and create new file and give the extension is .ts. That way you can also create that. Okay, to create the TypeScript file. Next, as I told you, that TypeScript always follows the object-oriented programming. So this guy also TypeScript also is following some style of declaring the variable, operators which we how to use them and how to create the functions, how to uh, how we can create the interfaces, how to create the array variables, whatever the object-oriented programming features we are following it, we are using it. The same thing also here it will support, but there is some syntactical differences. Not conceptual wise is same, but there is some syntactical difference that you have to learn it first before you work on that Angular. Okay. Yeah, so that syntactical difference, I'll just high level, you can see that and further you can, practice yourself. Okay, guys? You see first how to declare the variables. Okay. I have declared a variable called first, second, result as a number. So there are different types are there. Any programming language we can have types, right? So you can declare number types, boolean types, string types, string array types, and any and undefined types also we can define it. So you just need to practice all types. How can we use them? You can declare a variable like single variable you can declare by using the var keyword. Syntax is like var and the variable name, okay, colon and type you can use, okay, or semicolon, or else you can assign value. Okay, so first var keyword and variable name and the type which we want to use it, and the value. If you feel that you want to runtime assign the value, you can equal to assign the value, or else you can put semicolon over here. So this is the structure you should follow when you declare a variable here in the TypeScript. Okay, so the same one you can uh, see this is the first, where is the keyword and first is the variable, and I'm assigning I'm declaring it as a number value. Okay, so like that you can create the multiple variable in a single line by separating with the comma. So you can declare a variable like this. So you can declare any, you all know that, right? Any is a type, it can accept any type of value. That is also will supported by that TypeScript. So where is the keyword which I use? This is the variable name of type any. I assign direct the values. Here I assigned string, number, all of them I assigned. But you see this is the value. Okay, here console log I print I am not. So what it prints, you see this, right? Normally you will get this value in the console, browser console, right? Here, because of this Coca JS, you are getting the result here only. Okay, this is the way you can declare the number variable. Even string also you can declare, right? If you want to declare a string variable, how you declare? Where my name colon string. That's it. If you want to assign later, you can directly my name equal to something. Okay. Or else directly you can assign the value here. Okay, anything is well. This way you have to declare a variable, guys. Okay, any variables you can take, either it may be a number, string, array, or you know anything you can declare it. If you want to declare an array variable, what I have done, where array, that name I have given, that number type of array. How we are doing it normally in other programming language. I declared a array is a number type of array, and I assigned a value directly here. Okay, as I when print this variable some other places, it give me the results also because of the Coca. Okay, this way you should declare array variables. Okay, so any also is there. As I told you, any contains any type of data type with mixed. Okay, I have declared a variable called person of type any. In that, I have provided ID1 name colon Raj, ID2 name Ram. So I have mixed you know combinations of variables as a one entity. This way we can assign it by using the any. See, one set, comma, okay, comma. Again, you can keep increasing. Most of the times, this kind of declaration will help you in your programming, right? So we are maintaining that objects, right? So you can use this way. Here I just print that person variable. I got this value whatever assigned it. Okay, yeah, you can assign the values also as I told you. This way you can um, declare variables, and next one is operators. You know that operators, right? We have in the C# languages many operators, arithmetic operators, logical operators, relational operators, assignment and conditional operators. I don't want to go the completely because you all guys knows that arithmetic operators, that plus, minus, division, percent, all the stuff, that, right? So these things also will support by the TypeScript. You can check this. So I just give here, see one more thing is here you should remember that here I have declared where type number x variable. Again I have declared x variable same name, but it is allowing in the TypeScript. You should remember this. Okay, with the same name I have declared a variable multiple times with a different value. Is it allowing? Okay, so but whatever the latest value which I have assigned, I am getting that value as a result 50. Here x I assigned to 32, here x assigned to 50, but I am getting the value result as a 50, right? Let me run Coca again. Okay, I am getting 50, right? Result, but TypeScript is allowing it. So So don't when you're doing your programming, don't create where, because you already declared in the top of the file. You are able to declare the same variable in the bottom of the file also. You don't know which you already declared at the top by where. So that is the reason use let always. Okay, let means it provides you to the specific scope. So after, till that scope only it allow you. After that it won't allow you to create the same name again in that scope. Okay, so you remember this one. You always use let. Yeah, while declaring variable, this is important to note that. And next one is operators. You all know that, right? As plus, minus, and all the stuff, you know that, right? So if I do here a plus, how much is showing? 200. Automatically arithmetic is happening. So arithmetic operators also you can okay. So arithmetic operator, logical operators, you know that, right? Yeah. Relational operators also you know that, and you know all these assignment operators, these conditional operators, you guys knows that, right? If condition is true, you take that this part, and if it's not true, other part you take it. Like say if A greater than B, then I then you take positive, else negative, right? If it is a positive, then take this value. If this is a negative, take this value. This is a conditional operator. You can use this one also here. Are we on track or something? I mean, keep silence. That's what I'm not understanding. That are you able to understand, or how it would be? Are we on track, right? Okay. Okay, and these are the simples, not a complex ones. So functions, you can create your custom functions as we other programming language we are using it. We can create a function, and we can, there are some built-in functions also is there. TypeScript itself supports us. Okay, those things you can do. What is that function in our, why we need to use the functions in our programming language? What is the use of function? Reusability, right? And also to do a specific task. Okay, to do a specific task, that business logic, we can create as a one function. Okay, so and we can reuse that one also, whatever the function, the code which we have written it as a like that. Here also same, we can create a function with the function keyword. Function is the function name. Normally when you create a function, we should follow what we are following in Pascal case. We are we are following the Pascal case. Okay, every word first letter should be a capital. That is the standard we should follow. And what call? No problem.
యాప్ ఉంది ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ అనమాట ఎస్కేఫిక్స్ ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ యాప్ లాగా యాడ్ చేసాను సైట్లో సొల్యూషన్ అది ర్యాండమ్లీ
సైట్ లో కనిపించట్లేదు.
కంప్లీట్ ర్యాండమ్లీ యాప్ అయితే యాడ్ అయ్యి ఉంది ర్యాండమ్లీ కంప్లీట్ లేదు అంటే ఎలా అంటే ఫస్ట్ టైం లోడ్లో అంటే లోడింగ్ ఇష్యూ అనేది సమ్ టైమ్స్ అవుతుంది.
ఎర్రర్ వస్తుందా?
ఎర్రర్స్ ఏం వస్తుంది, షేర్ పాయింట్ ఎర్రర్ ఏం లేదు, క్లయింట్ సైడ్ కన్సోల్ లేదు. అది ఎలా అంటే సైట్ కనెక్షన్ లెవెల్లో మనకి యాప్ ప్యాకేజ్ డిప్లాయ్ చేసాము, సబ్ సైట్లో యాప్ యాడ్ చేసాము.
యాడ్ చేసాము, సబ్ సైట్లో యాడ్ చేస్తున్నాం. శ్రేష్ఠ పెడతా. Okay, so functions also same guys, so we can see this. This is the relational operators as I told you. So a b greater than a, result will be a true or else false something, which I, so function the same way, function keyword you have to use it, and the function name you should give it. Okay, and parameters also you can pass it the same way how we are declaring that variable. In parameters also you can declare same. Here no need of use to var keyword, it will automatically understand that based on the type of the variable. Okay, parameter. So a is a type of, a is a parameter of type number, name is a variable of type of string, and address is a variable of type string. What about this? Not mandatory. Okay, optional basically. In C# also is there, right? Is a optional. Optional parameters also it supports. Okay, so I just created a function hello world. I call this function here. Okay, I pass 100 and India. It gives me the 100 India. Okay, so this is one thing. When you declare a function, you can keep in mind that you can create a function, and this triple dot and nums of type number array I declared. That means infinitive number type parameters you can pass to this member, to this function. Okay, infinitive numbers type parameters you can pass. Normally if you want to send only 5 number variables as a parameter, you have to declare 5 variables, right? 5 number variables. But by this declaration you can send as many as you want. So this is one of the declaration which we are following it. You see this, I call this add number function. Here I am passing 1 2 3, here I am passing 5 5 5. Okay, even you can pass number how much you want to. This way you can declare parameters. If you feel that the same value has to pass multiple times, here in the TypeScript, this way you can declare. Is it available in the C#? I don't know. Is not there? This kind of declaration is there? C#. Okay. Okay. This way you should declare function, guys, in TypeScript, so you can practice it. Next one is, there are some built-in functions are there, like say number is a variable type. In this there are multiple functions are there. If you type, IntelliSense will show you the function, all are the functions. Okay, you can use these functions. You can explore what does it do the of the specific function. Okay, you can practice that. There are many functions are there. Here you see I created one variable called str of string. It takes name as a value, and I use this variable. Even you can declare this way also, right? Variable. Okay, as we do it. So this is the variable. That means Ramu value contains this variable, and in this string functions we have many string functions. Okay, str dot, as I mentioned, you see there are, contact, end widths, fakes, index of, length. There are many functions are there based on its type. You can use this inbuilt functions also in your programming. Okay, I just use caret 1. That means it will give me the character of first. So that you can use that. Built-in methods also is there, that you can use it. There are arrays also is there. There are array functions also is there. Like I have created an array variable, array array, which if you want to boundary your array, if you want to set the boundary of your array, you can set this way, right? Here I just create an array variable, as many I can pass it, right? Here by this way what we can do, we can set the boundary, array boundary. Okay, so here I'm just created a 4 variable, and I created another array 1. I assigned the typescript. Array 2, I created value angular. I assigned a angular, but there is a method called array1 dot concat. Array methods these are. Okay, because this is the array variable, right? Array variable has also, there are some built-in methods. You see, push, pop, reduce, reverse. All these methods are related to the array. Okay, that you can use it. Concat means it will club the array 1 and array 2 and maintain a single array as a resultant array. So this is a concat. So like that, the pop is a other array method which will remove the last value of the array. Okay, if I have a array of number 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? When I use the pop, after I print these numbers, it will give me the array is 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, like that, there are some built-in methods, you can use that. Okay, this way you can declare a variables and arrays in Angular. Next one is interface. What is the interface in C#? Why we use interfaces? What is the use of interface basically? Anybody knows? You all know that object-oriented programming, right? So in that, interface also is the key one. Normally in our projects we use. I think, as I know that interface is a contract between the consumer who is using it, who is providing it, right? The contract. That means, let's say you are developing one object, your class object, you are developing it. So when you develop, normally in class, what we will have it, class members we will have it, methods also we will have it, right? Methods we will have it. But I want to create your class based on my declaration. You should not create your own. You should create based on my declaration or based on my commands. Okay, so normally class can have it variables and methods, right? What I can say to you, I'll declare what variables you have to use it, what methods you have to use it. I will declare, and the same you have to implement the class. So that declaration part, that definition of the object part is called interface. Okay, in the interface, I'll just mention what properties and what method we will have it, and you take this interface and implement your class. Okay, that just the declaration of it. So now I create so normally interface will start with I. Okay, when you create interface, it will be started with I, and that keyword is interface. Normally in C# also keyword is interface is the keyword to create the interface in your language. Okay, I created here also same. We should follow the same funda. So interface I person. Okay, I have declared variable first name. You know that how to declare the variable, right? Variable name and the colon type. Okay, so here also same. There we will use normally colon, right? So here there we will use space, but here we should use colon. So variable name and string, and second one also I declare a variable name and type string, and I created one method say hi. Say hi is a method of type what function. This is a variable, right, of type string. Say hi is a method. Say hi is a variable of type function. That means is a function. Say hi is a function. Okay. So this is called arrow notation. Okay. So this will return type of string. This way you can use it. Okay. So now I declare one interface. I should, implement this, right? Okay, whoever implement the interface, whoever developing the class by using the interface, that implementation class should implement all members of the interface. That means you should use the first name, second name, and say hello. If anything, any one if you miss while implementing, it will give the error. Okay, that is thumb rule, you know that, right? How we can use the interface and classes. Okay, here also same. I created a class customer. Okay, I'm implementing I interface. Okay, I'm using the first name, same which one, yeah, I have used it, and second name also I assign the value, activate and software. Say hi is the method, right? I'm implementing it. Return hi there. Okay, yeah, I just calling that this customer, what you can call it as a class. Okay, later I can tell you class and other things. So just you can remember this is a type of this of uh, console.log customer dot first name, customer dot second name, customer dot say hi. I'm calling this. When I call this say hi, I should get this output, right? When I call this one, I should get this output. I should get this output. I think let me run this Coca. Activate, I am getting it. Yeah. Will you able to see this? The back ones who are sitting there, not able to see that? No? How you are silently sat there? You could have come forward, no? There is a space. Okay. Activate software. That method I called you, that this results I am getting it here. Okay guys. Today I closed it. It's done. I think almost 6:11 it is there. So tomorrow Monday we can continue. Any questions till now? Clear? Okay. Thank you guys. I'm stopping it.